Hey everyone, welcome back to Nana Reports. Today, we are diving into a powerful and eye-opening moment for Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré, a man who is one of the most outspoken leaders in Africa. Recently, Traoré was asked a pretty loaded question: what does Africa think about the Israel-Palestine conflict? And his answer, well, it wasn't what many expected. Instead of picking a side, Traoré paused and then gave a brutally honest reality check. He said it's hard to know what Africa thinks because African leaders are not united. They don't speak one voice. That line hit hard. According to Traoré, Africa simply doesn't have the capacity to comment on what's happening elsewhere because the continent itself is struggling with similar or even worse crises that barely make headlines. He pointed to places like Congo, Sudan, and across West Africa, where millions have lost their lives, yet the world, including African leaders themselves, remained silent. When world leaders gathered recently in the United States for the UN General Assembly, Traoré noticed something striking. Everyone was talking about Israel and Palestine, but no one, not even African leaders, mentioned Congo or Sudan.
The violence the Palestinian people are being subjected to is a grim continuation of more than half a century of apartheid.
So he asked a tough question: if Africa's problems aren't considered important by other nations, why should the Israel-Palestine issue be Africa's problem? Please understand this. That's not indifference. That's frustration. It's a call for perspective. Here is part of the conversation between a reporter and Captain Traoré. The reporter asked, quote, "Of course, one of the major geopolitical issues right now is the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. We've seen Western countries taking clear positions. Africa, however, has been almost silent. Can you, as Burkina Faso's president, share your position to help us understand what Africa thinks?" Then Traoré answered, quote, "I can't tell you what Africa thinks because Africa doesn't think as one. We are not united. Some leaders are afraid, some are compromised, some act for others' interests. And how can Africa have an opinion on Gaza when Congo is bleeding? When Sudan is tearing apart? When even Burkina Faso has been fighting for survival for 10 years, and not one African state has spoken up for us?" Traoré went on to say, when a problem happens in Europe, everyone unites. When it's in the US, they move fast to find solutions. But in Africa, we stay silent even as our own people die. End of quote. That's not just political commentary, that's a deep sense of disappointment. Traoré's message was clear. Africa can't be the voice for others if it can't even speak up for itself. But that doesn't mean he ignored Palestine. In fact, Traoré said he recognizes Palestine as a state and believes that acknowledging its existence is the only way to ever end the conflict. But still, he added something crucial. It's the responsibility of the countries around Palestine to be its voice for a solution. As Africans, we must focus on solving our own conflicts first. Traoré's words may be uncomfortable for some, but they shine a light on a hard truth. Africa's silence on global issues isn't always apathy, sometimes it's exhaustion. When your own house is burning, it's hard to comment on the fire next door. So what do you think? Is Traoré right? Should Africa focus inward before taking stance on global conflicts? Or should the whole continent be more vocal about issues like Palestine? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this perspective eye-opening, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions like this one.